Jack, pull it together.
No, it's not Jack's fault. It's your fault.
I should have known. Actually, I should blame my mom. She should have told me that.
She should have done that. I mean, in a way, let's say they committed, forget to cancel any time.
Yeah.
$100,000 investment for 4-year pursuit and 25% ownership of a company. Because normally you end up as an angel investor, you put 10,000 in, 0.1%.
Yeah. So essentially, then the metric becomes: let's imagine this friend. How many percent of people that we're funding would be as good as this friend? Now, this took him 4 months. So 4 years is an ample more amount of time to raise this sort of seed for whichever venture that is. This 96K can be multiplied 30 times with our 25% ratio of ownership of this 12 mil valuation stack to be more valuable. So 30 students with 4 entire years in order to do one thing of what I kind of helped my friend get to. I didn't even help him as much as these people would be helped.
Yeah.
Because they are...
That's a less good argument probably because speed is important. So like, okay, they're taking 4 years.
Yes, I actually think we'll understand if the founder's going to be good within the first 2 months. And that's why the cancel any time is somewhat attractive because it de-risks this whole notion of 96.
It might affect the supply chain. Might not, but might. Like if I'm getting into it, you go on some level of security.
Exactly.
So you want some sort of backup.
I do think we at least need to offer the person...
Maybe 1 year up front, or 1 year committed, after that cancel any time.
Well, here's one thing we need to... Yes. And then the other thing is, this actually pays for 4 years. Our students, we have an arbitrage on this, to use this to help them with the deck, with the website, for paying all the other stuff. Even ads on their TikTok videos.
Oh, so even after 1 month, you've actually paid for the full 4 years, and then you can just take 100% ownership. Because when they cancel, they give up ownership, or they have a...
If they don't complete their contract, they give up ownership. They have to complete at least that to retain IP.
At least how many?
Either the 4 year or 1 year.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's mutable at this
So
point.
I think the 1 year cliff, everyone's familiar with that. So like, pay monthly for, all in for...
Ooh, you can even do the subscription as a cliff model investing.
Yeah.
So you get more ownership as you pay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then you can also open a market up in that one.
Yeah.
But actually I want to buy...
I think of this as like, this is clearly just the most effective way to pre-seed fund. Like the fact that pre-seed funding,
Yeah.
I mean, to be determined.
TBD, but like...
Big if true.
Big if true, yeah.
And I think easily true.
And I think what's interesting...
VO Fellowship actually proved this. So, when I first was young and not in the entrepreneur scene and my family's not and everything, it's a big thing of no, this is not a better life path.
Yeah.
That's actually the common set knowledge in the world. It's you need to go to college, you need to go get a job. And so the question was,
how do you spell that? Yeah.
well, the bigger question I was asking the world was, if I am correct, and my time when I'm going down the entrepreneurial path is worth more than minimum wage, then why is no one out there, with me being a young visionary, willing to pay me more than minimum wage to actually go on the founder exponential path? And at first this made me more doubtful, because I think, in the world where these arbitrages exist, normally they're tapped into to some degree.
Yeah.
So Theo Fellowship was the closest thing that existed to that idea, but it was a charity.
Yeah.
100,000 to each student, right, to drop out. Guess how much the hourly value of the students who have gone through that, if they worked all 7 years at a full-time ratio, based on the value that they created.
Well, the value they created is often a bogus metric, right? So we'll have to look into that. But
Yeah.
let's imagine it was $1,900 an hour.
Yeah, it's 80,000.
$80,000 an hour. Yeah. I think arbitrage is the right word, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this overall structure can be thought of as democratizing founder potential, or it's a kind of treating founder potential as the resource that is being purchased.
Maybe, what is it? It's
Ouais, c'est trop marrant. Mais ouais, bref, donc on s'est pas fait.
4-1.
I mean, again, relevant to Y Combinator, they do 125K for 7% of the company. What we're buying is such a valuable thing of Y Combinator and all these other things work from the student applying to this thing, hoping to get some value, even though there's no directed value being offered. They're shooting into the wind with their beliefs. And obviously, beliefs is one of the most powerful things anyone has. Beliefs in themselves and what they're going to do and what the world is. And securing those beliefs is basically the thing that we're doing. We're taking the exponential path and we're making it have security. And by buying that, we are basically arbitraging the belief of entrepreneurship.
I mean, it definitely doesn't seem so stupid that you shouldn't give it a go.
Dernière photo.
Yes. Here's how I think it could actually then become profitable. I mean, yes.
I'm not worried about profitability. I mean, like, if this works in miniature, so if you do a group of 1,000 students, or 10 students, 100 students, 200 per month, establish the people to buy, they start creating value. Because the thing is that effectively, 25% for 100K is a $400,000 value, but you get the great thing of the break clause. So you pay, you know, 25.
I think within the first year, most of these companies would be able to get to a point when this initial 2K, which is paying their salaries, is paid off of something. Because really you're just trying to take them from pre-seed to seed. They're just going to go get outside capital.
Things that they might actually quite, for a long time at this sort of scale, struggle to get outside capital, especially since outside capital really is heavily directed.
That's my biggest question with this, is how much does a venture capital firm, when they come in to
I think this is bigger than VC. Like, it's like, this is more like the continuous innovation of every aspect of life. You know, it's like, some of these might be like...
I like that you said this is bigger than VC, because I think that way too.
Yeah. It's fine. So this is bigger. It's way bigger. So VC, what is VC compared to the bond market? You're talking about unlocking all of human potential here.
All capital's goal is in investing is to buy the creation of value. This is honing in on where the creation of value comes from and how to maximally create it.
I'd like to see, when this gets to scale, could you be funding 1 million businesses a year?
Genre, je pense qu'on a suffisamment de laine à convertir de. Tu vois ce que je veux dire?
Non, mais je regarde sérieusement la gravité.
As in, like, what sort of, so you think about, like, all of human activity, what percentage of people are... Yes, Craig? When did you have your meeting with Phoebe?
Yeah, but she disappeared, so I think my meeting will be I'm gonna log.
Okay.
How many founders exist in the world today? How many will exist in a few years? Are we moving into a market where there are more?
Well, your $80,000 anecdote indicates that that there's more room for founders.
Yeah, well, which I think is another important point.
Jack, this has been a pleasure. Yeah, what do you think?
Are you tired up?
No, I'm not tired. I've just got some domestic responsibilities.
Can I help?
Hey.
Domestic life.
Domestic life. It's not outsourceable like entrepreneurial invention is, Greg. Jack, this is very promising. I'm excited. But like, show how I can scale to 1 million entrepreneurs. And then, because you've got to make it feel like as big as the bond market is my target for you.
As big as the what?
The bond market. Google about the bond market.
The bond market.
Venture capital is like 1% of the bond market. It's like
the bond market.
BRND, yeah.
Oh.
The bond market.
I think I know where this is going.
And what would Louis into like half an hour if he's willing?
Yes. Also, real quick input. Did I lose him? I lost him. Down around the corner. I'm just going to draw it on my whiteboard. I lost the pen. Do you think he took the pen? That gives me a reason to chase him down. Did you hear any of that discussion?
On the periphery.
Do you want to allow me to bounce my ideas through your computer?
Go ahead.
Do you mind if I excite your neurons real quick? Cool. So, I think what he talked about, do you know what the bond market is?
Yeah, bonds.
Yeah. Can you explain those to me, actually?
Like bonds, I think bonds are like very stable instruments that pay like incredibly low yield.
Yeah.
So generally issued by like governments or like, you know, backed by like infrastructure. There's like municipal bonds, treasury bonds. So like treasury bonds is like the real, like the big bond market. And that's kind of like a bond of the government.
Yeah.
So it's like U.S. bonds are always good because everyone believes like the U.S. will be here 30 years from now. So
Right.
it's like a long-term investment vehicle that pays like low percent, but that's because it's like super sure.
Right. And where is the bond market investing into? Do you know that?
What do you mean?
So the bond market, the reason why they're able to offer that is because they're taking that capital and deploying it and getting a higher return than what they're seeding back to the people who are putting money into the bonds. So I think the reason why Ed told me to look up the bond market is to also understand where that money's funneling. Because in this case, I think what we're really honing in on is the idea of creating the sort of institutional founder capital market for simply the creation of ideas themselves.
Right. Well, it seemed like at the end he was like, he wanted to think with like a very large scale for, you know, the idea that you guys are coming up with.
Yeah, what did he say? What would it take to get 1 million businesses?
Yeah.
So 500. That means 500 mil spent per year. Because it's the debt market. Issues of debt securities. They sell debt to finance capital projects. Public and private companies sell their debt he probably goes a much layer deeper into the understanding of like the world, the economics of the world. And that's probably something that this graphs, it would be good to relate, I guess, this to the bigger economic model in order to understand what this model could become.
So what is this model again?
So it's at its core, the framework is the creation of new startups through the institutional model, startup college. And the funding mechanism for it is to actually take people who have ideas. So I have an idea for a startup. They basically pay a subscription model. Rather than build a bear workshop, it's like a build a business workshop. And when you look at it from this pricing perspective, it actually taps as a positive metric for like the venture capital market. We're buying 4 years of a potential, founder's time, or we're just saying this is a 4-year scholarship, and owning 25% of that company as $96,000 is way better than what's currently being done with the whole pre-seed metric, which pre-seed is is kind of the field that we're playing into. But what we're doing is not waiting for the founder to come to us and basically be like, hey, I have a startup idea and I've been making money on the side and working on it. What we're doing is we're systemizing that process and completely de-risking it. So we're giving people the belief just by giving people the capital to take that exponential path. Because if you look at it from the student's perspective who's looking at either college or startup college, it's a completely obvious decision to make to go to startup college, because we offer basically learning how to build value in the real world, learning basically how to start a startup, owning a percent of that idea that you're working on the whole time. And rather than you paying for the school, like a scholarship, we're giving money. We're taking this money and we're giving it to that student for them to start working on it.
Right. Well, it's like the whole model is, it's like inverted, as opposed to, you know, having talent and looking for like the mechanisms by which to monetize your capital. So you're coming with like all the mechanisms to monetize your capital, and you have it so well set up that you're willing to pay a lot of money for like very well curated talent. I guess, as you know, that's what an accelerator is.
And yeah. So I also think like one of the bigger picture notes to tack on to this is this system of going into the labor force, like into jobs, is really a system through which you put a price on what someone's belief system is on how much they should be worth in the future. And what we're doing is we're paying people to take that off of their marker. And the reason why this is only becoming possible to do that is because the kind of overhead or headache that comes with founding a startup and finding all the resources that you need to continue its progression is getting democratized enough to a point. So Angel List Stack, for example, basically makes the entire process of doing vesting agreements with new founders, managing a cap table, having a business bank account, $50,000 of credit to all the different initial startup tools. The reason why I think this is just becoming possible now is because all those other pieces are in place. So if you think of like an idea to actually being manifest in the real world, it's essentially like a bunch of puzzle pieces or puzzle blocks. And so a bunch of those puzzle blocks are basically just have become filled in completely to the point that it makes it so much more valuable nowadays, where this is just the founder block. And so right now there's a shortage of like potentially great founders, which we can see from the fact that one core example is myself and my friend. But my friend was a better example because he was working a job and was like worried about quitting. And 4 months later, he raised $2 million for an idea he started working on right when he quit for 4 months at a $12 million valuation. So he was valued at $10 million. And I think clearly we can look at that and be like, whatever he did in those 4 months, which was not that much, is not worth 10 million. So that explains why this sort of model, I think, is becoming a lot more prominent. That's what Daniel Strockman, who's the co-founder, GP of 1517 Fund, was kind of talking about, how Theo Fellowship proved this model, and then she backed it up. Her and Michael Gibson, I believe, I just bought his book, Paper Belt on Fire, which probably will give me some more key insights on this shit. Exactly what they're fucking doing. And you know how many people we can go to the college to find the golden meme, and they'll build cities from it. It's like praxis.
So is the competitive advantage, well, I guess it's like one's relative network access to resources and capital, or maybe also in like sourcing the talent.
Say that again?
Talking about the competitive advantages of this, the startup university
Yeah.
versus similar approaches. So I'm saying between like the extended network, access to like resources, capital, strategic partners, or also just, you know, the on the ground sourcing of talent.
Yeah. I think all the, outside of the sourcing of talent being the main throughput of the innovation team, which hasn't been done yet, like, I'm sure there are potentially similar things to sort of a startup university or college. Me, as a founder, have never gotten once a video or an advert on this sort of metric. And I've spoken to a bunch of young founders who haven't either. Which goes to fucking show no one's fucking really getting after it. So the other metrics of like the startup college just doing all the classic stuff of being a positive incubator or accelerator by having a ton of helpful other projects that kind of make it 10 times easier. They just build their website for them, have branding or UI teams, a legal team. Those are all things that immensely build power over time too.
So and you could like take care of, you can source a lot of that stuff. And also not everyone's meant to be a founder, and not everyone, most people on the team can't be a founder, so like this startup college, you know, so it's not just about founders per se, but about people maybe joining teams, you know, looking to join that type of life without necessarily being a founder, being an early stage employee, other type of highly valuable contributor.
Yes. Question. I'm going to read something to you. This is separate tangent, but a funnel back to the bigger concept we've been talking about. I wrote this because basically I feel actually somewhat weirdly empowered from honing in on the idea of the golden meme. It truly inside of me resonates as an answer to the meaning. Like almost the answer to the meaning is to collectively cause the search for the meaning. You know what I mean? Like, and that feels like really exciting internally because I think like I've been searching a lot and I've just found the path. I haven't found the meaning, but all you need to do is find the path to the meaning in order to find the meaning. And the path to the meaning is, in some sense, the meaning until the whole global kind of intelligence tacks onto it. And we've sort of talked about the software component that would be necessary in order to allow the global intelligence to start tacking on top of it and to start creating the memeplex surrounding it and allow that road to be walked on in a, you know, fun global experiment fashion that would continue to keep the meaning alive, as one could say. The quest would be kind of on the stage of the internet, the stage of the biggest question that I think exists. And that's just fucking crazy. So I wrote this, and I just like copy pasted it to like 6 people while I was sitting on the couch who I think will give me a cool response back. The world suffers from an alignment problem to capital, which is inevitably going to switch to the real eternal value unit, karma. The sooner we make it known that this switch will come, the sooner the switch happens, the sooner the kingdom of God comes. I specifically used kingdom of God for this guy because he's more on the Christian faith. If, you know, for anyone else, heaven or utopia, you know, whichever one floats someone's boat. When the world has no more good karma to farm, there will be no more good we can do, and our quest will come to an end. Those who are fulfilled in their quest will consider this heaven. Those who are not will consider this hell. And the reason I added that endpoint is because that adds the synonymous nature of the Christian faith of heaven and hell and heaven and what that looks like. Although I think the heaven could be so good that no one would consider it hell. But maybe some people would samsara and, use the options to be reborn again.
Indeed.
That's very relevant to the other response I got, which just was interesting. So
indeed, because we've already touched on all of these points.
Right.
Have a general understanding of where this is going.
This is powerful. Like, I feel it needs some more testing, we could say, to confirm other people see its power, in a sense. Because, right, it took us a decent amount of banter to get to the conviction stage here. So now we sort of need to understand the meme version. And the more fun it is, obviously, the better it is. But there's something powerful to any shared belief as big as this one. We're gonna farm so much fucking karma, bro. We're about to be karma rich.
Karma capitalists. And now we broke through the great wheel of rebirth, and now we've combined karma with capital. These truly are the end times.
Karma is the only eternal capital.
Truly the end times.
In heaven, the hierarchy will simply be based on how big of an angel you were. And your angel potential, of course. It's fair. The karma system is fair. Do you get what I mean? By like the calculatable karma potential?
Yeah, I think I understand the general idea.
So I think actually that understanding can be used to further the meme's potential, because it sort of has a Rocco Basilisk vibe. Because basically, when you consume this information, when you get karma pilled, when you take the karma pill, your potential karma capital goes way up, and you're presented the opportunity to spread the meme. And the spreading of the meme would be fulfilling all that karma capital that you have, continuing that quest and making it happen quicker, of spreading the karma pill to more people who should hear of the true eternal currency.
I wonder if you could like fractionalize the pill meme to like point of action, the kind of like shake your left hand meme, pill.
Wait, say that again?
Like the
Shake
your left hand pill. Just like, so like pills are generally for like entire ideologies.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could like focus the pill down to like just micro action.
Okay, and this action that we would be looking to do is the share pill, though. That would be the action we're looking to cause, the spread.
Any composite set of actions would be like
just that, like a composite set.
Mm-hmm.
But you could be like, even down to like, okay, like, you know, walk in this direction pill, like move your left leg pill. So it's like kind of a cybernetic pill in a way, but it's like, how far can you break it down? Because like at some level you could say, okay, go to the grocery store
Right.
pill, and that's a set of actions, but there's a set of actions in that. But like, you see, there's like all the way from even having an ideology down to like just simple actions,
Mhm.
like routines and activities, or perhaps some sort of like mean pill that could be slotted in to one's psyche and, you know, enact its logic.
Well, I think when you touch a fire, you take the ow pill, and you say ow. So there are things that give you these pills in the world. Also, the move hand quickly pill.
Right. Well, I didn't know about the out pill. I just got out pills. You know, even when I said ow, wasn't out pilled.
Oh shit! We like that's almost a way to negate the emotion in the mind. I just got ow pilled. You know, I'm not experiencing the state of ow. I'm observing it and passing it by.
Yeah.
It's almost bringing a meditation standpoint to the real world
It's
thought.
it's like a meta way to experience
Right.
things, because you're detached and you're like I'm conceptually experiencing.
Yeah.
I'm concepting the experience which I'm experiencing, and because but in the framework of the pill,
Dude.
so the concept
Dude.
isn't alone. The concept is in a container of pillness, and because it's in that container, it's networked with all the other pills.
Bro.
So once people start pilling everything, all the various concepts are related by the conceptual pill framework.
You just neuron pilled me around 500 trillion times right there.
Yeah, that's the recursive.
Can you stop neuron pilling me? Like, it won't stop.
That's the recursive pill. It's while true pill. Or function pill is function pill. It just keeps pilling forever.
God. Yeah, and ever since you neuron pilled me, my neurons have never been the same.
It's been a really long time, but it's changed a lot.
My eternal future is changed pill has just been taken, so.
Yeah, I think I'm on the no pill. You know, I'm like done with pill. I'm post-pilled. But I'm also like post-pilled.
That's so paradoxical.
So I'm just kind of post.
You gave me that seems paradoxical pill.
Because I have to say pill anymore, because now it's just kind of, because everything's a pill, you don't have to say pill. So you could just be post.
So maybe they figured that out a long time ago, and we're just returning to the pill.
But then they took all the pills away, because they were once there, and then they just took them for granted, and then they took them away, and then they weren't there, and then they had to come back.
They wanted to see what it was like to have no pills.
Exactly.
So,
or they just forgot the pills were there. Some people probably didn't.
and they
want
took that pill so hard.
Yeah, when
That-
you get no pill pills, then you're just there.
Wow. How do we avoid the no pill?
I mean, just keep getting pilled.
Keep getting pilled.
Stop pilling.
Don't stop pilling. That's like the.
You know, it's like
That's a good propaganda
it's like,
statement.
you know, when your parents have their Monday through Sunday little medicine calendar.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta have one of those, and like, oh, it's Tuesday. I'm gonna be cast iron pan pill today. You know, like that's what the doctor prescribed.
You know, there's an infinite amount of pills, so don't stop pilling.
Don't stop pilling.
Take them all. Not all of them. Because all of them includes the no pill.
You can still take the no pill pill and be pilled.
Yeah, you might just forget about all the other previous pills.
If you forget about the
It would
pills-
erase all your prior pill memories if you're truly going to go the no pill pill.
Yeah, then you become unpilled again. But being unpilled is you just kind of waited to be repilled.
Yeah, you'll get repilled again at some state. You can't experience not being pilled. That's impossible.
Yeah, something, you're getting pilled one way or the other. There's no like not pilled.
I guess I just want to understand the best path to the longest pilling possible. You know,
What's the
without
most-
forgetting all the prior pills.
What's the perennial pill? What's the pill, the alpha and the omega pill? The pill as such, like what is pillness? What is that which from all pills are derived?
The golden pill.
The golden pill. We can give it a name and call it the golden pill. Because the golden pill is all pills, all possible pills in one. So when you take the golden pill, you're both simultaneously universally pilled and, in a sense, non-pilled. Because once everything's a pill, then you don't need, then nothing needs to be.
So
So the golden pill is the only way to escape pilling. But at the same time, it's accepting every possible pill.
So if I tell myself, every single time I take a pill, I'm gonna only take half the amount of the remainder pills that are left, then I can create a logarithmic function which everly increases towards the golden pill, but is still always just an essence of what the golden pill is.
Well, I don't know, because then that kind of requires like a upper bound at infinity. It's more like, you know, you're still approaching to infinity.
Yeah, but infinitely. Approaching infinity infinitely. Approaching the golden pill. Infinitely pilled. Pill.
So I don't think you can't be like pilled infinitely, but you can be like network pilled imminently. Because all pills are just too much to be pills. Like you don't have enough hardware
Yes.
to get that pill.
Yeah.
You don't get so pilled.
As long as you
However-
can't store them all.
However, because all pills are networked together within the golden pill framework,
Yes.
if you're imminently pilled, you know, if you're like lost in the pill, then you can have access to an infinite, imminent plane of pilling. Which isn't to say that you have infinite pill as like a possession, because there's no like
Yeah.
form or idea of possession in being imminently pilled, but that you are one with the infinite pilling. In fact, you always were. It's just now that it's becoming made imminently apparent.
Yeah. You just don't want to bite the golden pill.
Yeah, because you know you might want a red pill or a blue pill
Yeah.
or
You'll be tempted by the
a
golden pill.
or a pink pill.
The golden pill will be tempting.
Well, it's more like it's the pills that tempt you on the way to the golden pill.
Yes.
It's more like, you know, I don't know, the unicorn pill and what else? The honey jar pill and you know, lots of very attractive pills, but that might not be like the best pill in the long term. So what's the pill that keeps on pilling?
The pill that keeps on pilling. I'd say looking for the thing that can't be found. Looking for the golden pill, but making sure you'll never acquire it. So you'll stay imminent.
Yes, to him who has, it shall be given, and to him who has not, it shall be taken away, even that which he has. So to him who is pilled, more pills will be given. To him who is not pilled, even the pills which he has shall be taken away. All right. So where do we wind up? He definitely got pilled. He got unpilled, and then when he came back.
I feel like I feel drawn towards the quest to understand the nature and implications of the pills that exist inside of the realm of the golden pill, and to choose to take the correct ones.
Yes, this is what wisdom feels like. What are you, have a vlog, or you just do personal recordings?
I post on my YouTube. It's nothing crazy. Sometimes I send deep conversations like this to other mentally pilled, esoterically inclined pill seekers, so they can extract the positive pills that are displayed throughout
What's your YouTube channel?
Jack J.
Sure, there's a lot of interesting mental pills.
I'm actually not sure if I've posted the most interesting ones, because I've...
You probably should.
Oh, why not?
Well, then they might be too interesting to post.
Yeah, you want to make sure it's a digestible pill, so that people will accept your pills in the future.
Yeah, and you also need to give people the pill that they're ready to ingest.
Right. Which is the quest pill. The holy vibe pill, which enlightens one with the light of the quest. Can I ask you to, for the people who had a difficulty taking the pilled conversation pill, to express it in your most explain like I'm 5 understanding?
Well, I mean, you just gotta get pilled. There's no two ways about it.
Could you? I think we did a meta pill because I think both of us have the essence of the pill inside of us. And so what we did was we reverberated on some of the intricacies of being pilled and its meta level function and the idea of the pill. But it's always good to understand the nature of how someone tries to bring the pill to the mass market, as I believe any person who has digested that certain pill internally starts to do.
Yeah, you just gotta, sometimes you gotta mix the pill in a glass of orange juice, helps it go down.
Or in some peep juice.
Yeah, you know, whatever works, just make sure it's not gonna dissolve, you know, like the chemical structure of the pill.
So, I'm going to attempt to extract this pilling conversation into a level through which anyone who tried to digest the pill and said, it won't go down my throat fully, so that I can remove the blockages that may exist in the throat. Give it a new context. Pilling, the nature of the coming to the knowledge of a certain set of information, is something which changes our internal belief system, identity. And categorically, we've defined these pills as different sets of ideology. The base pill, schizo-pilled. You know any more pilled terms?
Yeah, the pill. That's what we are right here. Very pills.
Red-pilled has taken on many different terms, from trying to understand the nature of how the women's male selection choices on Reddit Red Pill, to an idea of understanding that within society exists a framework that seeks to extract from you rather than empower you, as the Andrew Tate Red Pill break out of the matrix that controls you would come. The quest for the holy pill is the idea of trying to figure out what is the best pill for everyone to take, which really is a reference to what is the best belief system that someone should ever come across. And the belief that this pill is so holy that the taker of this pill would not only become a better person, all in all, but they would look to others to spread that pill, this holy, valuable pill, along, and through changing their actions to a more positive state, and towards every person who receives the holy pill also able to connect with all the other holy pilled people in working together to change their positive states and continue the spread of the holy pills. What this would do is create a world aligned purely around this positive sort of growth of the world. Because when you take the holy pill, The realization is that capital is simply a matter of leverage, and that currency is not far away from becoming worth nothing. And that the eternal currency that now should be invested in big time is the eternal value unit of karma. That's one of the holy pills, is the karma pill. It's sort of like the hunt for the golden ring, the one that finds them, the one that binds them, for the search of the light. I forget exactly how that phrase goes, but I rewrote it in somewhat of a positive way rather than the ring of power, which is kind of the search for purely capital. We're defining the best powerful ring of the empowerment of all others on this planet. Because within the karma pill exists this notion that when there is no more good karma for anyone to grab, and there's no more good for anyone that we can do, then the quest comes to an end. And we may understand this in modern culture as the time when AI becomes smarter than us. At this time, humans kind of need not apply. And this sort of idea obviously has been packaged in many different ways. Basically what it says is, do more good now, and in the end you will have a higher eternal reward. Don't do that good and things will be bad. The question of whether the idea of hell is really just a hellish place is also still in question, even by people who believe in somewhat of the Christian faith, which this idea of hell so perpetrates through. At least that Christian faith of what I was brought up in is most garnered in my mind. So that's why a lot of my ideas may wrap around some of the notions which I see that do ring true universally. And so those people who do not feel that they took on the quest and spread their good vibes and did enough good karma, when they arrive at the party where everyone's set up for and made it amazing, eventually they may not be as grateful of that party. This party I'm referring to, like this idea of heaven or utopia. The hosts of any party are obviously on a higher hierarchical structure than the people who are visiting the party. And so this idea of an eternal party, of a great future for all of us, gives us information about how to act now, which is to help set up the party and to focus on doing that. Because just as one might do with Zimbabwe dollars right now, of burning them in a fire because they're worthless, this is the end state of all dollars and currency. And these dollars and currencies, what they really are is a ton of karma potential inside of them, if spent correctly. And really what this idea is a long-form version of what will exist in the future, which is this understanding that karma is that real, eternal unit of value. And the more people that you can kind of karma pill, then would really be the highest amount of karma that you could get. Simply the mimetic spread. You as a single neuron in this global brain where we all exist and connect, simply reaching two other neurons and switching them to the alignment of the path of karma would do much, much greatness. And the cool part is, as it becomes easier to karma pill and the karma value unit becomes more obvious, your spread capability already is immense and ridiculous. any person who's connected on the internet. Truly is. Your ability to actually change and manifest a totally different future that you will live in is bigger than any person understands. Any action you take on the internet today, which influences other users of any network of information, is changing the world nearly at the speed of light. Now, of course, there's still a lot of neurons not connected to the whole collective of the internet. But as long as one of these people unconnected interacts with one of the people connected, they are still influenced by whatever virus that you're spreading. Every single action you're taking has more power and more potential than any one of us truly realizes. And it's about understanding what is the most powerful then vibration you can send. When you take this information and it goes up into the satellites and it's sent across the world into people's phones, causing a vibration in their pocket, what vibration is inside of that message that they then receive? And how does it change their actions eternally into the future? What is the holiest of vibes that you could spread? Well, the cool part is it's a collective quest to find it. We do not need to define the holiest of vibes. What we need to do is to allow everyone to understand that it is simply the hunt for the holiest of vibes, the quest that really matters. And the alignment of this quest will bring us as close as we can get. But never all the way there. The holy vibe is mutable. What did you say? Imminent earlier? Imminence. Which is, can you give me like a definition?
Being in the moment.
Ah. What a great imminence this is, after all. By the fire. Look, this is a good place to do philosophy. This is the quest for the holy grail of vibes. Information so highly valuable, impactful to the recipients, and such a vibe that it becomes mimetic and begins the turning point of our collective compass. Historical aggregations of holy thought already align their compass in this direction, but compasses built in time, when the map was imperfect, means they failed to direct their energy in an exact point that would sustain this function of the search. These compasses representing Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Hinduism, and all the different religions, were this alignment toward a greater good. The collective passing along of this information, of this quest to find the holy grail of vibes, constitute a turning point moment of rerouting that compass, which could in itself act as a form of awakening to the meaning of life for the world, collective search, and better understanding of who we are and where we are going. Any final thoughts before this video is concluded?
Just keep on pilling.
Keep on pilling.